This is video number 12 in the rock excavation exercise. We left off going back through and editing our ground that we placed, that rock that we placed out there. One other caveat to the whole deal is that there was one location where on the left side, the rock, it did not fill in. So what you'd want to do then is just smart match the material that you've placed out there, and then just use your place line tool and snap to the end of it and create a line off to the left side or right side below your existing ground. Okay, so step number 81, a surface or a terrain needs to be created out of the cross sections. So we're going to use some legacy tools for this as well. We're going to open the reports tool, and that's located, and before I do, I'll close out of this cross section viewer. We go to GEOPAK Road. The reports tool is under the cross sections tools as well, and then about halfway down you'll see reports. So we'll open that up. That was step number 81. Step number 82, bring the toolbar over a little bit. 82 tells us in the Excess Reports dialog, select the DTM proposed 3D tool. And that tool is located fifth tool button down. So we'll go ahead and close that, or select it. Now we have to input some information. First off, it wants to know the GPK that we're working with, so we'll hit the select GPK button. There's our job 441. We'll be okay with that. And the chain we're going to use is 179, so we'll identify that. Once you do, it fills out a beginning and ending station for us. We want our begin station to be at 62 plus 0, 0, and our ending station to be at 138 plus 0, 0. And that's perfect. That's what we want. Okay, so the next thing, step number 84, is we want to click the existing ground button. Okay, so the existing ground button is right here in the search criteria. It's going to look at this information, so I'm going to go ahead and select it. And when I do, all I want to do is turn on line weights and select a weight. So I'm going to select 31 and hit OK. That's all I want to do. Okay, so what this is doing is we need this filled out in this dialog for the tool to work, but we really don't want to find existing ground at all for this tool. So we're going to throw a piece of information in there that I know we don't have in our file, and that's a line weight of 31. So I'm going to go ahead and close the existing ground line. It's filled out the way we need it. And there's a note also at the bottom of the step. It says, note, this tool will not operate correctly if any elements are found, but this input field needs to have something in it to run. That is the reason why we use a line weight of 31. So it's talking about that existing ground. So that was step number 84. Step number 85, it says for us to click on the proposed finished grade button. So I'm going to do that. And then it also says we're going to turn on level names, colors, and styles. So we're going to do that. Levels, names, colors, and styles in the proposed finished dialog box. And then all you have to do is go out, and it says select the match button and then select the two rock surface elements. Well, where I'm at in my cross section view, I only get one option, so I'm going to zoom out a little bit and try to find me some rock, some existing rock. And I know in the beginning of the station we got a couple pieces out here, so, and that is station number 80 or 65 plus 0, 0. So if I hit match and I go out and pick the first rock that we had out there, it's going to highlight the whole thing, and that's fine. Just go ahead and accept it. After you pick it, it's going to fill out the level, modeling, rock surface, existing, and it gives us our color and styles. I'm also going to match that red line that we created with the pattern line tool. So I'm going to select it and accept it. It'll give me a different color and it'll add that level to it. So excess existing traced rock line. Okay, so that was step number and part of 85. Step number 86, or 85 at the end says we need to fill out, we're going to go ahead and close this dialog, but we need to go out and fill out the ASCII file that we're going to use, and what we're going to call it is we're going to call it rock, and filling it out means not pick it from a list. We're actually going to input a name because it's going to create a DAT file with this process. So we're going to call it rock surface underscore XS dot DAT for DAT file. So it's going to go out, it's going to scan all this stuff, it's going to create a surface, a DAT file, and then we'll move on. Let's see, we'll go ahead and hit the apply button. And it runs through all the cross sections that we have out there. And you can see it's highlighting the surface that's creating for the DAT file. And then when it gets to step number 138, it is finished. And you can see we're at 138. So we're done with that part. So step number 86, it says the DAT file has been created and placed in your job data folder. Let's verify that by going to ProjectWise. And when we come in here, we are looking for a DAT file, but we won't see it unless we hit the F5 key with ProjectWise open, and that will refresh the screen, and we can see that there's a rock surface underscore XS DAT. So it's created it. Okay, that's all I needed to do. And for this video, we're complete. So that's the end of this video.